sponsor from the Assembly who's been on this long road with me for a very long time, my colleague, Assemblyman Gusciora.
Thank you, Loretta. In recent months, Governor Christie has been to 4 out of the 6 states that recognize same-sex marriages: Iowa, New Hampshire, New York, and Massachusetts. Moreover, when he visits Washington, D.C., he is in a city that also recognizes such relationships. In none of these places has he seen any diminishment in the institution of marriage other than when being in the presence of Newt Gingrich. The fact remains, marriage in this country is a secular right that is afforded to persons who abide by state laws. When you get a blood test, that's required by your state law. When you go to City Hall to acquire a marriage license. Therefore, when the government is involved in the marriage business, as has been done since the first civil union performed by William Bradford in the Plymouth Colony, it should be done on an equitable basis. That's why A1, which I intend to introduce in the new legislative session, is so important. I want to commend Speaker Oliver and Senate President Sweeney for making this equitable right such a priority and allowing me to be here. They recognize that when there's a committed gay couple who can be married in another state and then comes here to live, they become civil unionized. Or that a committed gay couple who already is in this state and are here to work and raise families of their own can never cross the threshold of marriage. It is a discriminatory practice that has to be corrected by both A1 and S1. We also must recognize that society is changing for the better, making these two bills timely. Opinion polls show that the majority of Americans, as well as New Jerseyans, favor marriage equality for same-sex couples. I teach at the College in New Jersey. I see students in my American government class who don't ask why, but they say why not. It is the next generation who sees no problem in recognizing that marriage is an institution which should be afforded to all persons who remain committed in a partnership, whether they are gay or straight. I do realize we have to work with people and other legislators who are of my generation and above, and maybe don't understand the value of marriage equality for all purposes. I remain committed to working on this bill in a positive way. I believe that the LGBT community needs to recognize that if we want this to become law, we need to all work together and even reach across the political aisle. I hope in the coming weeks we can work in this legislative process to ensure that all legislators do the right thing and end the inherent inequities in our marriage laws. I also do not count the governor out. He has already stated that gay couples should be afforded the same dignity and equal respect under the laws. He just needs to ask, as my students do, why not? And live up to the American promise that we are all endowed with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And while the sky hasn't fallen in Iowa, New Hampshire, New York, Massachusetts, or Washington, D.C., I'm here to declare that New Jersey and me, with me standing for marriage equality, is perfect together. I also want to recognize my colleagues, Connie Wagner, John McKeon, Milo Jacey, Jason O'Donnell, Valerie Huddle, Bonnie Watson-Coleman, my partner in crime in the 15th District, Pam Blanford, Lou Greenwald, Jared Green, Gordon Johnson, John McKeon. I also want to point out 2 staffers, Carrie Osmond and Chris Hillman, and even Brian McGinnis. They're the young generation that you need to talk to in their 20s that understand why this is so important. And they're going to be helping us out on the assembly side, and I think if we work all together, we're going to make this happen. Thanks.